everybody, Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. You know, I just got done demoing a 1957 Silvertone guitar made by Supro. Well, here we've got a 1957 Supro Westwood guitar. Now, what's really cool is it's got exactly the same pickup as what I just had in the guitar I just demoed. Now, these guitar pickups are made by Valco. Now, those of you that know these pickups know that you love them, and I love them as well. Every time I see these, I grab the guitar no matter what the guitar is like because I know how great the pickups are. People are selling these things for $250 on up on eBay because all the guitar players know about them now. They're single coils, even though they kind of look a little bit humbuckerish in the size, but it's just a little single coil magnet in there. And I was just talking with Steve about why are they so special, and who knows? I mean, you know, they put some Alnico magnets in there and some wire, and they just turned out to be magical. And this one is no exception. It is just so full of life, and it's thick is the best way to describe it. It's a very thick sound, and very, very, for the blues guys, it's just greasy. You can make this thing do just about anything. Make it cry, make it growl, make it do whatever you want. I can't say enough about the pickup, but let's talk about the guitar. Now, it's a 1957 Westwood, which we just talked about. It's their big Archtop. Looks like it's about a 3.5, 4-inch wide body, so it's not a thin line at all. It's a regular full-size guitar, but it's got the smaller Supro neck on it, so it's kind of unique in that. And it's 100% original. I mean, this thing is just incredible shape. It's got the original tailpiece, the original bridge, original knobs. It's still got this pick guard, which is in magnificent shape. It's raised up off the body, and it's got this little raised piece in there that holds it up there. It's in great shape, as well as we just talked about the pickup and even the pickup surround. Those have always been cracked and broken up. On the back, it's got the little Supro adjustment piece in here, which those of you that know Supros recognize that. It's also got the single line Clouson tuners with the Supro tulip buttons, which only identify their more expensive guitars. So the more expensive, the Glenwoods and the Newports for the Nationals, and of course a lot of the Supros, their higher end models had these. If you see these tuners, it's a more expensive guitar, trust me. Now from there, it's just absolutely it's original. There's nothing on here that's not original. It's got the original nut. It's got the original Supro logo on the front. It's got the little national plate on the back, which starts off with X81, which tells me it's a 1957. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful guitar. There's just a little bit of buckle rash right in here. He must have been wearing his big rodeo belt when he was playing it, but it's really not that bad. And the rest of the guitar just has some normal dings and scratches that you'd expect on a 1957 guitar. It's almost as old as me. I've got some dings and scratches on me too. But the guitar itself has some finish crazing, which for those of you that don't understand finish crazing, that's where the nitrocellulose finish, which is very, very, very microscopically thin, was sprayed on these guitars. From the humidity differences and the temperature differences, it goes out in the cold, comes into the hot gig, you're going to start getting some of these little cracks in them. And it's only in the finish. It's not in the wood. So when you hear about finish crazing, you want to see that. That's something that identifies the guitar as having the original finish. So anyway, the guitar is just, it looks great. It plays great. Just thick. That is just thick. So anyway, the guitar has been, we had our tech set it up, and it's in great, great playing condition. The the action is as low as you'd want it, but I can see that there is some room to raise or lower the action if you're a slide player. This would be an incredible slide guitar with that big thick body and that pickup. Oh my goodness, that would be incredible. But you can raise or lower the action depending on how you want it. I've got it set pretty low for me. I just like my actions low, and that's the way I ship them. But the guitar is just beautiful. The sunburst is beautiful. I'm happy to say I've got the original case with it. The case is not anything to brag about, but it is the original case. It's got some roller paint splatters on it, of course, you know, from sitting in the bathroom or wherever it was being stored. But the case is actually in pretty nice shape. It's got the gray, or I'm sorry, it's got the brown interior, which is very reminiscent of a Gibson case. And you know what? There's been some talk that the Supros were associated with Gibson. Some of the bodies of their guitars were made by Gibson. We've been able to figure that out. I'm not saying that one was, but it certainly could be. It looks like a Gibson body. And then this case tells me too that there was probably a lot of dealing going on with Supro and Gibson back in the day, and they probably picked up some of their cases from them. But it's really in pretty nice shape. The accessory box is still here. I had to tape it down because it was flopping around inside the case. I cleaned it up, but it's got all the hinges are on it, including the leather hinge on the back. The hinges on the back work. The latches are all here and operating. It even has the original handle. So the case fits the guitar very, very well, as it should, and that's the kind of case you'd be getting back in the 50s for that kind of guitar. So you get this beat-up case, but you get a really cool 1957 Supro Westwood guitar when you hit that buy it now on reverb.com. Now, let's talk about that. You can go to www.lawmanguitars.com, and it's going to say, look at cool guitars, and you hit that. What's it going to do? It's going to take you directly to reverb.com. That's where all of our guitars are listed now. We've got about 200 of the coolest vintage guitars or cool guitars in that site. I get compliments all the time for our lineup of guitars. We've got great finders around here in Iowa, and people are shipping me guitars from all over the world for my customers. We got great techs that work on them. The guitars, when they leave my shop, play great, they sound great, and they're all original. If they're not, I'll point that out. But 99% of them are all original. So you get the case, you get the guitar. Check out all our cool guitars at www.lawmanguitars.com. Thanks a lot for watching today.